Hello. All right, so this is going to be video number 2 for the line art. And you have this template that looks like this. And here is what the final product's going to look like. And I'm not going to do that entire thing, but we're going to web each of those 8 corners. So let me tell you how this is going to look like. And remember, what you want to do is you want to pick an angle. So I'm going to pick this one here. You want to pick an angle, and then you want to go from the furthest tick mark out on the one arm to the closest tick mark to the angle on the other. So we're going to go 1 to 1, and then we're just going to kind of rotate around. So 1, and we're going to go right to the line, to the tick mark on the line. And then we're going to go the second one on this one to the second one on this one. And then the second one on this one to the second one on this one. So that was 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go to 4 to 4, 5 to 5. You're just going to keep right on going. 6 to 6. And you'll see, you have to get kind of more than halfway through these to see the curve start to happen. But it will eventually happen here as you'll kind of start to see it here in a minute. And I've done enough of these that I just kind of turn the paper and go as I proceed. Now I realize that this template is already created for you, but let's just kind of talk about these. When you do these things, the arms, the angles have to have the same number of tick marks on them. So these long arms are twice the length of these shorter arms. And then these tick marks are at 1/4 inch marks, and these ones are at 1/8 inch marks, so that you have the same number of tick marks, right? Because you have to have the same number in order for them to end up matching up and end up with the 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, blah, 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 so that this last one ends up with this last one out here. If you don't have the same number of tick marks, that's not going to happen. So now I'm going to go from this short one to this long one. So I'm going to go this outer one to this one, and then 2 to 2, and then 3 to 3, 4 to 4. And the more specific you are, what you'll see is that if you line these up correctly as you go, that you actually end up making little points at the tick marks. And that way the webs, if you line up those tick marks, see, you kind of make a point there at the tick mark and a point there. And if you line those up really nice and neat, these ones end up going straight across, that's where the symmetry and the neatness come from in these designs. So these can be neater or not so neat depending on your use of the pen and the ruler. And I mentioned yesterday being able to figure out how wide the pen is when you actually make these lines, and as you kind of go through here. So I'm just going to finish this up 1 to 1. Okay, so there's one corner, and then you would obviously go all the way through and go here, and then here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So this is called the 8-spoke web. Okay, if you had to make this template, you would have, let's see, the long arms, the T, the big T in the middle. Those are, I'm going to say they're 8 inches. Oh, they're not quite. They're 7. It's 7 inches. And they're 1/4 inch tick marks. And I didn't talk about this yesterday. I will tomorrow for sure in the video, because we're going to be making our own template. But if you have to make these tick marks, you want to start at the center and tick a line out to the end, and always make a tick mark on the end. And then the diamond, that's going to be 3.5 inch lines, right? We'll just measure one here because they should be, oh, wait a minute. That's 7. Half of 7 is 3.5. this is not quite that. This is actually these are 4.5-inch lines. 4.5-inch lines with 1/8-inch tick marks. Okay, and this has, so there's 2.25 there to the center. All right, so that's going to be your 8-spoke web. And it's going to be the number 2 design that you turn in. Okay? All righty, that's it.